Is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic worth its price tag? In this video, I'm going to share the pros and cons of the Watch 6 Classic after using it for 2 months, and you decide if it's the right one for you. Let's begin. Hi, I'm Captain Awesome, this is Geekception, and I'm a content creator based in Kuala Lumpur who has used this Watch 6 Classic here for the past 2 months every single day for sleep tracking, for running, for gym, for yoga, for just about every activity out there. Let's start with the pros. The sleek and elegant design that mimics a real watch with that rotating bezel here really made the experience superior for me. It made it easy for me to be able to navigate the interface and just to be able to zip through things very quickly. And the next pro is definitely the touchscreen. Whenever I've needed to use it, whether it was doing a run or just to open a new app, it is very smooth and it rarely ever drops frames. I would say you will not notice any lag here on the Watch 6 Classic. And the next thing is battery life. Now Samsung promises all-day battery life, and I found that with the Watch 6 Classic here, if I use a watch face that is more darker, I can usually get almost 2 days of battery life on one charge, which is fantastic. And I think the next pro here is the feature I love the most, which is auto activity tracking. After I put the watch on and I just start doing an activity, let's say for example walking, it just starts automatically tracking the walk and I don't need to do anything, and it automatically ends it as well when I'm done walking, which is really fantastic. And the next pro here are just the amount of things you can track with the Watch 6 Classic. You can track your heart rate, your sleep, which in my case needs attention, body composition, blood pressure, and even ECG. And because I'm into fitness and I do a lot of physical activity, the one I care about the most is usually my heart rate and also my sleep, so I can know how to optimize for performance. And now, since the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic is a Samsung device, if you have another Samsung device here, such as the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 here, the integration possibilities are so good. Let me explain. For example, you have the camera app right here, and if you open it and you have a compatible Samsung Galaxy device, you can see you get the preview there. And I was able to use this feature a lot to get so many shots where I could also monitor myself, which was really fantastic. And you can either take a photo here or switch to video mode and start recording video right on the watch, and it gets recorded on the phone as well, which I think is really fantastic, especially if you're like me where you shoot all by yourself. And I think one of the best pro things about this watch is the fact that the GPS module on it is really good, one, and number two is really fast. So I remember going hiking, and of course I took my other Garmin watch as well to test at the same time, and it locked on the GPS way faster than on the Garmin and maintained it. And after the activity you can even see like a nice little preview of the route you went on. I think is really cool, and the GPS here on the Watch 6 Classic is world class really. And the last pro here on the Watch 6 Classic that I think is really underrated is the sleep tracking. I think it's really good. Now, apart from usual data such as actual sleep time or a sleep score, it also gives you sleep stages. And one thing I actually like about this Watch 6 Classic here is the fact that if you take naps during the day like I do, it counts towards your sleep as well, which for example, even my Garmin watch, which is my professional watch right here, does not do, which I feel is a missed opportunity. And of course, you can dive deeper into the data, like going into the Samsung Health app to be able to see even your skin temperature during your sleep or your sleep consistency, which I think is really fantastic really. Up next, let's look at some of the cons of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic here, or why this might not be for you necessarily. And the first one will definitely be size. Now, since the Watch 6 Classic is a very premium device, it also means that the size is really big. Now, the size I have here is the largest size, and as you can see, it is really big. And this is with the fact that I have very large arms. So if you care about, size or wrist or watch weight on your hands, then this may not be for you. Now, this next con is for my fruit lovers out there. Now, do you have an iPhone? Well, say goodbye to the Watch 6 Classic because this is Android only. Now, this is not particularly a con or a deal breaker, but if you're someone who is into physical activities like I am, such as running, using the gym, or even walking, then this might potentially be something you need to know, which is that the Watch 6 Classic here under-reports or sometimes over-reports the activities you've done. Let me explain. And I've been wearing 2 watches here, my Garmin Forerunner 55 as a control device and the Watch 6 Classic here to test how it handles tracking different physical activities. If you see on the right here, I ran 6 kilometers on my Garmin, which I trust as I've ran this route for 2 years now. But on the Watch 6 Classic, it comes in at 5.89 kilometers, which is about, I would say, 120 meters short of the actual distance. And for me personally, it's not a deal breaker, but you might just have to recalibrate when you track activities with the Watch 6 Classic and know that you will either have done too much or you would have done a little little bit less than you probably intended to. I love the auto tracking functionality on the Watch 6 Classic, as I've said, but it's not foolproof, which means that for walking and running or activities where I move a lot, it's really, really good at picking that up. But when I'm in the gym or I'm working out or I'm even doing yoga, it's not as good. And I found that sometimes I had to, I think 10 minutes is the threshold for when it actually starts tracking. I had to manually go into the settings, click on workout, and then try to, get a workout done because I realized that it was not tracking me. And to conclude this video, I would say that I definitely have way more pros than I have cons for the Watch 6 Classic. I would say it has really fit into the workflow of multiple physical activities, at least 3 different activities I do daily. I like the GPS lock. I like just the build. I like the feel. It's a very premium device. Price wise, I got this from Samsung, so I did not pay for it personally. Huge shout out to Levan, from Priority. But I would say that, if you're looking into the Watch 6 Classic for, something that is elegant, something you can use to track your activity, it lasts all day as well, and even sometimes 2 days, then the Watch 6 Classic is hard to beat, really. But if you want something that is more smaller, I believe there's a smaller size. I'm not sure if it's the Watch 6 Classic to be on screen right now. But, you want something that is more smaller or more cheaper, then maybe this is not it. But, again, if you have a Galaxy device as well, so let's say, for example, here, it's the Z Flip 5, then it's very hard not to recommend the Watch 6 Classic. Thank you for watching the video and staying all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. And a huge shout out again to, Samsung for getting this into my hands. Levan as well. Huge shout out. You're the best. Tell me, what are your thoughts about the Watch 6 Classic? Do you have any comments? Do you have any questions? It will be more than a pleasure to answer them down there below. And until next time, don't forget to take care of yourself. Stay awesome. I've been your captain of awesome, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.